This is Daily Dose of Darryl Viewers Digest, April 18th through April 24th, 2022, all 7 days. Open up the information section and you'll locate places where you can fast forward to any day. Remember, we do have QR codes for the website and we have QR codes for the channel. And remember, this is a special weekend. Monday Magic, the real magic's in our heart. Back to the basics, returning to roots. Ephesians 6:2-3, honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. Honor not only your parents, but also those who poured so much of their life into helping make you who you are today. The man behind the microphone with the old hat headed out for a weekend wandering before the sun was even a small glimmer in the sky. Good lodging and food was most appreciated along the way. It was a trip to return to the beginning, the roots, the foundation to where the journey of life began for me. Back to where Dr. Hunt gave me that first slap on the bottom to get me kick-started, and to his former office in the old rock building where he stuck many a needle in that same bottom. Now, of course, it's occupied by a tattoo shop with needles of its own. Back to that old house that started with my dad digging and laying the foundation even before I was born, and later in life sacrificing 2 of his fingers as he added on to the den. And then with him working with me as we added the final section together. That was a house that my mother made into a home with her care and creativity, not to mention all those great feasts and aromas around the table. Attending the first kindergarten in the state of Alabama, receiving the guidance of amazing teachers at the old Lafette Lanier School, and blossoming at Valley High School with a variety of activities. Those are great memories, great teachers, great foundation. Joe Louis, the heavyweight boxing champion, was not only born there in Chambers County, but also ended his reign as champion in March of 1949, the same time I was born there. Those little textile communities eventually formed Valley, Alabama, and my parents would be so proud of their development. I even stumbled on a woodwind concert recently on this trip at the amazing library that's been built there. It is important that we honor our parents, not only while they are living, but also to honor their memory and to thank them for all of the wonderful lessons in life that they gave us. And the instilling of love into us that they have provided. If you've been blessed with wonderful parents, thank God for them today and express that love in some manner and honor them with your life. Tuesday Truth, growth through competition. Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens iron and one man sharpens the face of his neighbor. As iron sharpens iron, so it is that in life we're sharpened many times through competition and learn to grow into people that we can become in that process. At Auburn University, that was true for me. On this journey back on the weekend wandering, I was able to go back during the A-Day spring game events. I was fortunate to be able to participate in track and field at Auburn University, and I was blessed to be able to build the display board. My coach asked me, since I had a sign shop, if I could do that. At one time, I was actually in the top 10 in the javelin throw, but I'm sure that's gone by now. However, that sharpening of competition was able to extend my career until age 55, competing nationally. Coach Hutzel, who coached for 42 years from the beginning of the track and field program at Auburn, produced Olympians and coached the Olympics. Coach Rosen, who is also an Olympic coach and coached at Auburn for 28 years, leading that program. I was blessed to have them both as coaches. Through their patience and help, I was able to earn a letter and earn a scholarship and be part of the A Club on this trip. We were honored with a special meal and could see the development of the campus and see how it had grown and upgraded. We could participate at the stadium. I got to share time with Captain Crunch, who tackled more people at Auburn than anyone and was on the undefeated NFL Miami Dolphins team. He and I both are now 73, but excited to see how things continue to grow and the excitement of the new athletes and the way they continue to develop and sharpen each other through competition, leaving a legacy for others.
Coming live from the VIP, heard the nightlife roll. Feel it on who's the kid. Rap class flow, I'll move. Check the class, check the game, and check.
Mark! Let's go! Let's go!
Wednesday Wisdom, building a legacy for others. A good man leaves an inheritance of moral stability and goodness to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner finds its way eventually into the hands of the righteous, for whom it was laid up. Early in my life, perhaps in that small house where I grew up with my parents, or the church, or the teachers, or particularly from the Bible, I have had it instilled in my life to always build bridges because others are following, to generate a legacy for the other people who will be coming down that road generations to come. That was very much a part of my spirit when we got together as founders for a new fraternity. From that early first building, when 8 of us gathered with the opossum in the garage, to the next building with Miss Moxham, the hippies, and the ceiling falling, until I was able to build the fraternity shield and place it in the front yard of the new building, which lasted for a long time. This trip back over 50 years later was special, attending the Founders' Day banquet and learning that so many of the principles of the founders are being carried forward. Jimmy Watley, one of the 5 founders in attendance, reminded us of the founders' ideals. To us, the founders of Farmhouse is a home founded for the future, a future with better men doing better things in a nicer home, where men are dedicated to high scholarship, a home where men are dedicated to spiritual, physical, social, and emotional development, a home where men learn leadership, realizing that in order to be a leader, a man must be willing to follow. A home where brothers use good judgment, realizing that their every action not only reflects upon themselves but also upon their brothers. A home where each brother works for the good of the whole, always trying to put his other brother first. A home not so large that a brother cannot enjoy the close fellowship of a close brotherhood. A home where a brother can explore his own ideals and learn about the ideals of others and the ideas of each. A home where brothers learn of each other's faults and assets and learn to accept the other for himself. A home where a brother can criticize constructively his brother face to face and not to his back. A home where a brother need not feel ashamed because he has attempted a task and failed. He knows his brothers will help him along. A home where a brother does not need alcohol or other drugs to feel at ease or to be himself. A home where brothers are concerned about the happiness of the people in the world in which they live. A home where a brother can say, "This is my home away from home, and these men are my brothers wherever I go. In these truths I take pride." When I planted that shield in faith, I had no guarantee of the future. When I shook the hand of the recipient of an award named after me before many of the current brothers' parents were even born, I had a feeling of satisfaction that the principles live on in good hands. When I saw the reserve section stickers for Farmhouse in the stadium, and I saw the amazing leadership roles across the campus filled by Farmhouse brothers, I knew that the bridge for the future generations was strong. Build every day for others. They are following. Thursday Thrill, embracing detours and delays. Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Habakkuk 2:3. And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. In life there will be detours and delays. When we learn to embrace detours and delays, often we receive many good surprises. It says in Romans that we know that in all good things they work together for good for those who love him and are called according to his purpose. And in Habakkuk, it talks about writing them down and not tarrying. He doesn't tarry. The interstate highways were developed to help people move quickly across the United States, whether in regular times or in emergencies. And for a while it appeared they were working. But nowadays, with construction, repairs, and the influx of many vehicles, you run into not only delays but detours. On this weekend wandering trip, I found out about the supply chain. It's not lost. It's stuck in South Carolina. LOL. So I got off the interstate, used GPS, and found all kinds of neat roads, some of them one lane, some of them gravel. But I found them. I found greenhouses, farmlands, and the like. To go around that detour, it probably took about the same amount of time as the delay, but it offered fresh new scenery and experiences. Even in Atlanta on the walking belt line that goes as a walking trail for people, many times there are delays too, but you also run into great creations that you would not see had you not gone that way. In life, there will be scars and damages. There will be times when you feel like you've been gutted because of progress in some people's opinions. But remember that God doesn't create junk. You might be tossed away or you might feel like junk, but you're not. God has a purpose if we're open each day to embracing the detours. I remember that beautiful building, Notre Dame, and then later saw the destruction of that fire. But yet, the people are now working to rebuild. Maya Angelou said, I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. Friday Flashback. Live in each new moment of life. When thinking about life, remember this: no amount of guilt can change the past, no amount of anxiety can change the future. Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing, that springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and the streams in the wasteland. Isaiah 43:18 and 19. Psalm 118:24. This is the day which the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. With all the flowers and all the beautiful things happening around us in the world, how can anyone miss the fact that new life comes? The more times a person makes that 365-day journey around the sun, the stronger their faith becomes. Their faith in the new spring flowers, their faith in overcoming hardships, their faith in overcoming the winter storms and cold. Their faith gets stronger. But today, remember, we're not living in the past. We're not living for the future. We're living each moment. Someone once told me to always live for the little things in life. Live for 5 a.m. sunrises and 5 p.m. sunsets, where you'll see colors in the sky that you don't usually see. Live for the road trips and the bike rides with music in your ears and the wind in your hair. Live for days when you're surrounded by your favorite people who make you realize that the world is not a cold, harsh place. Live for the little things because they will make you realize that this is what life is about. This is what I mean to be alive. Read, learn, and love. Every trip you make around the sun, learn something and make today special in your life and in others. Remember the real meaning of each moment and receive the good news. Saturday Summary. Honor your parents at all times. Iron sharpens iron. Learn to grow. Build a legacy for others. Embrace delays and detours. Live each new life moment. Saturday Summary. Monday Magic. Find ways to honor your parents with your life forever. It's the first commandment with promise. Tuesday Truth. Use competition to strengthen you and help you grow. Wednesday Wisdom. Invest your life in building a legacy for others who will follow. Thursday Thrill. Embrace life's delays and detours, and be open to the great surprises that may come your way. Friday Flashback. The past and the future are important, but they are given value as you live life one moment at a time. Live life now. Sunday Silence. What have you done this week to celebrate and honor your parents? Pause and reflect. Who have you connected with this week in such a manner that you can help sharpen each other in your spirit? Pause and reflect. Where have you invested your life that creates a better life for those who follow you? Pause and reflect. What delays and detours have occurred this week, and how did you embrace them in such a manner that you would be open to good surprises in life? Pause and reflect. How have you focused this week on new life and opportunities that await your investment? Pause and reflect. This is darrylpeebles, the man behind the microphone, bringing you the Peebles Motivation Bureau every day. 3 divisions, digital, real life, and print divisions, ready for you. Locally ordered books. I cover the tax and the shipping. Contact me directly. This one is already out. A book signing coming up this next Saturday in Graham. group discounts and special gifts for churches and pastors. I appreciate your ideas and support. Keep them coming. Look at these other areas and see if there's something there for you, and contact me at any of these points. This is Daily Dose of Daryl, responding to the free and gracious gift of God. I'm using humor, the art of illusion, modern technology, and decades of serving God and communities to work every day to uncover the beauty in all people and experiences coming my way, endeavoring to educate, entertain, and inspire. Each dose on this channel can help move us toward a better, healthier, and more informed mind, body, and spirit. I'm excited to be a small part of the expanding of our capacity to learn, love, and forgive